off day. Welcome back to Weekend Edition and Rehash, a time when we recap some of the big news of the week.
And there's never a dull moment or here at KUAM or on Guam for that matter. And one story that consumed everybody this week is the issue of marriage equality. Jolene, that was your story?
Yes, as we've been reporting, Kathleen Agro and Loretta Pangilinan, they were denied the opportunity to apply for a same-sex marriage at the Department of Public Health, and that prompted them to file a lawsuit with the District Court of Guam, naming not only Vital Statistics Registrar, but also Governor Eddie Baza-Cavo in the lawsuit. Now, earlier, the AG had issued a statement saying that the Department of Public Health was following the law. She later issued another statement after further research on the Ninth Circuit ruling, which states that banning same-sex marriage is unconstitutional, that public health should immediately begin accepting same-sex marriage applications. Now, we thought that, okay, that was the end of this. They're going to start issuing same-sex marriage applications or processing the applications, but public health came back and said, we're not going to do that at this time. And so they're waiting for word from the governor's office on the next move forward. So at this time, they're not accepting same-sex marriage applications. And so the governor had issued a statement on Friday expressing that he is not, expressing that he is against discrimination, but that same-sex marriage here on island needs further research because there are still other cases in the Ninth Circuit that need clarification for its application here on Guam. And in response to the whole same-sex marriage issue and marriage equality, Marco Lucy Defenbao says there are worse things happening in the world, that if this much effort were put into it, those issues may actually be resolved. Anyone can love anyone. Let them. And so, story's far from over, though.
Exactly. And another big story this week was the situation involving the Manila mayor that caught a lot of people by surprise. Ken, that was your story?
Yeah, I spoke with the mayor earlier this week, or it was earlier when a longtime Manila mayor, Nito Blas, was arrested and accused of exposing himself to a female community service worker. When I spoke to the mayor, he admits that he did ask the worker for a massage to help with a leg injury he sustained a few years ago. He admits that he did take off his pants, but he was wearing his underwear, and he never had any intention for sex. In retrospect, he says it was not appropriate, saying he felt bad and he apologized. The mayor again was arrested for official misconduct, harassment, and indecent exposure. And online, some of our viewers on Facebook, Ashley Cruz says no one is perfect, but I just had to ask, what is he doing in his underwear in his office, and why would the community service worker agree to all of this? Just wondering, because I wouldn't have done anything if I saw anyone in undergarments in any office, but it is what it is. No one is perfect. We all have and make mistakes. Hashtag oh well.
Right. And he was booked and released, right?
Yeah.
Appearing in court, what, next year? Well, speaking of court, you had a busy week in court. You had the Cliffordson Nicholas verdict came out, guilty. Now he's the guy that was accused of
shooting his girlfriend after an argument over burnt rice.
Mm-hmm. Now you also covered a story, speaking of mayors, the Jotnya Mayor, Kenjo Ada. He had a special request for the Guam legislature.
Yes, I met with Jotnya Mayor Kenjo Ada this week, and he is petitioning to the Guam legislature to create a vice mayor position for his village. He was citing Census 2010 that says that there are over 6,400 people in the village, and that Jotnya is rapidly growing. There are a lot of developments in the area. If you ever drive by Jotnya, you'll see new housing and other developments. And so in anticipation for this, he's asking the legislature to create this vice mayor position so that he can get some help. And I spoke with Executive Director for the Mayor's Council of Guam, Angel Sablan, and he says this is the correct measure, or the correct means to go about creating a vice mayor position, that there's nothing in Guam law that really gives criteria rather, on why a village should get a vice mayor. It's just literally, you ask the legislature, they create it. Villages as small as Sinahanya have a vice mayor, so maybe he'll get his wish.
Sinahanya, Agate, Dedido, Jigo.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of piggybacking on the exciting vice mayor race in Agate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And of course, if you'd like to sound off on that story, just go over. You have a comment?
I have a comment. I'm sorry, I forgot. John and Valerie say, Inglewood, California. Population 100,000. 1 mayor and 4 councilmen. Need I say more?
Well, we wish we could say more, but we've got to wrap this up. Remember, if you've got a tip or video, pictures you would like to share with the news team, make sure to tag us on Facebook or send us a message. You can do it the old-fashioned way by just simply emailing us at reporters@kuam.com.
And that's Rehash. Stay tuned. Weekend Edition continues in a moment.